Coming up next, we have a segment called What's New on GTV. GTV is proud to announce that Ms. Shreya Bhatia of Dal Metal is organizing a fundraising event. This event is for the benefit of patients suffering from Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative disorders. The focus of the event is the effect of music and how it can affect and benefit these patients in the long run for their overall recovery. Stay tuned for more information on this event, as Mrs. Nilma Mehra has had a discussion and an interview with Ms. Bhatia on all of the details. Let's learn more about it.
What's new on GTV? Today I have with me a beautiful guest. She's actually no stranger to GTV. You know why? You saw her when she was young and pretty, and she was in those lovely baby vocal cords. Then slowly and slowly, she became a beautiful young lady. She's still, this area's very, very highly talented #1 singer. That's not only our rating, that's the way the community rates her. Well, this young woman, this young lady has her own show called Dal Metal right here on GTV, which airs on Women's Worldview on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. The road doesn't stop there. Zindagi lambi hai, kai mode aati hai. With this little girl, this little lady I should say, has a very soft corner in her heart. Why? Let's find out together. Welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I love the dress.
Thank you.
Very summerish, very pretty.
Thank you.
Very bright. So, welcome to What's New on GTV.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Anytime, my dear. Today we're not going to talk about your suras, sas, avas, notes. However, we are going to talk about sights and sounds of music. Beautiful, beautiful name. So tell me, Shreya ji, I know that you're involved in Sights and Sounds of Music, which is a very different concept, which is going to be featured right here in the heart of Washington metro area. What is this concept all about? How did you come up with this concept?
Well, it's actually kind of interesting. This all started when I was a little girl, and I obviously love singing, as you know, and I was also very passionate about becoming a doctor. And so I used to joke with my friends saying, oh, maybe one day I'll be a good enough singer that I can sing to my patients and they'll be okay. And it was always a joke until one time in school, actually, I heard that music can affect your mood. And I started thinking about how true that is, that when we're listening to, sadder music, we tend to be more calm. And so I thought about how that could affect disorders like depression. And then I started doing more and more research, and I found that music can play a role in things like speech impediments, as well as dementia. And so that's when I started doing more research into how can music play a role in neurodegenerative disorders. And then I found this program at Insight Memory Care Center that's called Music and Memory. And I went there for the first time, and I saw these patients with dementia, with Alzheimer's. And I think that's when I really learned about what Alzheimer's is, because before that I knew the biology behind it, what it is, that it's a disease where you lose your memory. But until you actually see the patients, I don't think it really clicked in my mind what it is. And so that inspired me to, first of all, start my own club at my school. And the club is called Music Med Club, and it focuses on doing more research and raising awareness about music therapy. And then all of that research that I did led to me hosting this event, and it's called Sights and Sounds of Music, as you said, on August 2nd, and it's a fundraiser for IMCC, Insight Memory Care Center, and it's also, I'm hoping to raise awareness about music therapy through this event as well.
Beautiful, I like that, very lovely explanation. Now let's get to a personal side of you. Why is it that you were attracted to Alzheimer's? I mean, here I have a daughter who's in the same boat as you. She's also a musician, she's also a dancer, and I don't know what's wrong with you girls, but it seems like music attracts you into that soft corner of this heart, Why Alzheimer's? Why not cardiac arrest? Why not babies when they're born? Why not pediatrics? Why Alzheimer's? Why this degenerative disease Alzheimer's? Why dementia?
Well, I'm definitely interested in how music plays a role with all of these disorders, but specifically Alzheimer's because, as I said, walking into that room on that first day, it was shocking to me that these people would ask me my name every time I went, even if it was on consecutive days. Or just the fact that someone can grow old and forget their families, and that just kind of, I guess, it touched that soft part in me. And so yeah, that's what's inspiring me to now try to make music therapy more well known, because it does, back in March I read this article that it does actually help regain memory. And the science behind that is that they found these specific sound frequencies that when are entered into the brain, they can penetrate the blood-brain barrier, which is what keeps the brain protected from bacteria. And that triggers these microglial cells to start breaking down the plaques inside the brain that build up during Alzheimer's. And I think that's something that I've been learning about in school, the blood-brain barrier, how that beta amyloid in your brain is what Alzheimer's is, a sign of. And so all of that together just kind of, all, flew together.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd like to share a story with you that when I know a neurologist who actually walks in and first of all the patients say, "Oh, I'd like to see my doctor." And she says, "No, but I am the doctor." You know how it is when you're young and people think, "Oh, doctor is supposed to be an old person." And she says, "No." Suddenly her pager goes on. And the way the pager is set is when the pager goes on, it plays a music. And it's so funny how the patients that are suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's, actually react to the music. So what you're doing and the way you're tracking this is not a new science. It's actually been proven. So my hat's off to you, because I think as young as you are, you're into this field of research and experiment. And now let me ask you this, and I know you're not a physician, but do you think that it can lengthen one's life, longevity?
I think so, because music in medicine isn't a new thing, as you just said. And it's actually can be traced back to the Native American tribes, and they used to, when they had a sick member of their tribe, they used to play music, and it used to cure them along with all the herbs and the other, the home medicines. So I think it's definitely been proven that it can cure several diseases, and it's definitely a viable option in therapy.
Well, I mean, music in medicine is, I have 3 babies, and I know a lot of other women who have babies, and my husband was one who actually played his own music. He plays the flute. So when the babies were being born, his flute was playing. So I do know that it does have a lot of impact in medicine, period. Why did you choose Insight Memory Care Center? Why not A, B, X, Y, and Z?
I actually heard about Insight Memory Care Center because of their music memory program. It just came up, I think, when I was researching all of this. And then I went for my first interview, and they told me that day, and they said, "I know that you're interested in this, and we're so glad that you're volunteering, but know that this is not going to be easy." And again, I underestimated that statement, thinking I'm going to be, here just caring for them. How hard can it be? But then when you actually meet those patients, there were times when they were so advanced in their Alzheimer's that they had forgotten how to eat. And so I had to sit there, feeding them, and it was kind of like taking care of a baby. And so it was just very fascinating to me, and I guess that's why I'm so drawn towards this cause.
Well, I'll tell you what, when a human is born, they are born on 4 apertures. When they grow up, they walk on 2, but then slowly they become and they walk on 4 legs again. So that's one part of life. And the other thing I'd like to share with you is the world lost one of my favorite actors, and I'm sure you know Lawrence of Arabia, actor who also suffered from Alzheimer's a long time. And if you read his history, his son says he actually didn't recognize who I was. He didn't recognize the movie that he was in with Barbara Streisand. So it's a very sad thing. But it's a part of life. Ye zindagi hai, I mean, but. So tell me, getting back to reality now, when is this? Where is it and what time is it? And what do you expect from the community?
So the event is August 2nd at Waddell Theater in Sterling. It'll be from 4 to 6 p.m. And there are going to be several entertaining groups. We have Nityaki Dance Academy, Raga DC, the Sapan Institute will be performing. I will be singing along with some of my friends. And so there's going to be a lot of entertainment, and I really hope that the Washington Metro DC area can come together and support such a noble cause.
Mm-hmm. And I think you have one of our people dancing. I think Meenakshi is also dancing.
Yes.
And I think you've invited Dr. Mandra Nandini Mehra to actually speak, who's actually a wonderful speaker, especially when it comes to this, because it's her bread and butter. You know, she is into this Alzheimer's and dementia and all these things every day. And I know this is fundraising and all the funds are going to go there. If someone were to write a check to this cause, who do they write it to?
They would write it to Insight Memory Care Center, and all the funds will be going there as well.
Oh, nice, beautiful. Now, you said dance and music, but we Indians, well, why Indians? We human beings, we love food.
Oh, yes, of course.
Anything about food?
There will be a lot of nice appetizers as well. And of course, we're also very lucky to have Nilima Auntie there as our MC.
Thank you. Tell us about parking.
There will be ample parking, but make sure that you do get there early because the program will start exactly at 4 p.m.
Oh, nice. And when does it finish?
6 p.m.
Wow, 4 to 6. That's nice. Beautiful. Great. So there we are. Our cameraman's giving us a heads up saying time is up. That's Insight Memory Care Center fundraising program, none other than our own beautiful Miss Shreya Bhatia. And my hats off to you and God bless you, because I think you're doing great service not only to the community but to mankind.
Thank you.
And you know, people like you are the greatest masterpiece of the Lord himself.
Thank you. And thank you so much for all your support.
Anytime, my dear. I love you. Bye-bye.